I don't have the darn image on there. Is it not open already? There it is. Okay. Encase. I need to find an image real quick. Hold on, let me find one. File server 1. I'm going to go up here. Let's take some of the old things. Lab 2. This is not your image, but it'll be okay for a demo. Okay. Copy it over here. I forgot to put it on my virtual machine. Now I feel like downloading it. Alright. Now Encase. Encase has to connect to the licensing server or it won't run. So watch my little installed video. I show you how to do that. Okay. But on this office here, screwed up. Alright. There's Encase. Now, if you run Encase and it says acquisition, all that means is you can acquire stuff. That's it. That means it's unlicensed. It hasn't found the licensing server. So when you do it correctly, it'll say law enforcement training. And again, I gave you a little video on how to do that. Okay? Now, in Encase, you got two options. Well, first of all, we're going to create a case called case 1. Okay? Fine, I'll put a name in here. My name will be 1. All right. I went to 3 weeks of training in this tool. This tool is not very intuitive. You know what intuitive means? I mean, you just know it. You don't know this. You look at it and say, why did they do that? Well, once you realize how the tool works, you'll understand it. FTK, remember when we brought in the evidence? It sat there for a second and processed it. Remember when you did lab 1, it took a while to process all that? Well, it actually went through an index. It read the entire drive. It processed it, did all kinds of stuff so you can perform analysis on it pretty quickly. Well, there could be a problem with that. They found in some states that just by indexing the drive, they've actually accessed the evidence. So what if you're on a crime for counterfeiting and you index a drive for child pornography? You didn't have the rights to look for child pornography. You have the tool look for it for you. So that's why FTK is not as good sometimes. I mean, they're both good. And in case you had evidence, it does nothing to it. You had to say, okay, I got it. Now what do you want to do? Then you select exactly what you want to do. It won't access your evidence. It won't do anything to it until you tell it to. So it's good and bad. They're both excellent tools. Encase is probably the most common out in the real world. A lot harder to use. The FTK certification exam by Access Data, the exam itself was probably 20 questions, and there was like 8 practical things I had to do. It was pretty simple. The Encase exam was 185 questions, and then it was 2 months long project. It was very, very detailed, and they don't tell you if you passed or failed. Even when I was done, I wanted to know a specific thing. I'm like, I passed. I know that. Can you tell me if I answered this right? They're like, nope. It sucks. They never would tell me. So, but it's a good tool. Now I'm going to show you how to do this. In Encase, you can add a device. You're not going to be doing this, by the way, yet. But you can add a device. You can add a local device. You can look for Palm Pilots, and we're going to be doing our phones through here. But you can add a local device. Okay. For that to work, you have to have what's called an EO1 image, which is an Encase image. But for this lab, we're going to be doing File, Add Raw Image. Okay. So File, Add Raw Image. Okay, it's going to be a disk image. Then we're going to go in here and we're going to say Insert, and it is on my desktop. Somewhere. Lab 2. Okay, so I'm adding a raw image. I'm going to say OK, and it's done. Didn't do anything but add it to the program. Connected it to it basically, and that's all it did. If I was to click on this image, okay, I could actually view my report, which really doesn't have much in it yet. I could view a table view. I mean, I can even see the file down here at the bottom. Okay, there's the text. I can do the hex view just like you guys saw. This is the exact hex you guys were looking at. Well, no, this is a different image, but if it was the same image, it would be in the same place. I can do doc view, which is not document view. It's, what do they call it? They're built-in document viewer. It's not doc as in Microsoft document. It's different. Okay. You can also see transcript view. What transcript view does, it takes out all the junk. It basically returns only the text. Kind of like when you're looking at a web page. If you look at the source of a web page, it's got all that code in there. Transcript view removes all that and just shows you the text. So it's kind of handy sometimes. But really, there's nothing on our image here. I mean, there's nothing over here on the right-hand side. If I click Report, there's really nothing there. If I click Gallery, there's nothing there. I can click Timeline. If there was files, I can see when they were created. I can go into Disk View even. I can go in and look at my entire hard drive. If there was files on there, I could click at them at the different locations on the drive and see what's there. So kind of a cool feature. Now what we're going to do here, one thing you're going to do, okay, you're going to go to get your drive there. Doesn't have to be selected, doesn't matter. Down here in the bottom right hand corner, something called end scripts. End scripts are what make Encase what it is. You can create your own, you can buy them from other people, you can download them off the web. It's routines that people wrote to do what we need to do. Like under forensics, there's one here called Case Processor. Okay? That's one we're going to run. We're going to go to Case Processor down here. We're going to say Run. Hadn't done anything yet. We're going to give it a name. We'll call it Files. Okay? Then we're going to go Next. Now, when I get in here, it's going to say, okay, what do you want to do? Under File Parsers, you can see there's a lot of different files in here. AOL files, EXIF files, Google files, all kinds of them. And there's, come on, where is the other? There it is. Now that's protected file. That's not the one we want. Hold on. There it is. File Finder. That's the one we want. Okay. You want File Finder. Okay. But you can look through these, and you know they're kind of cool. Some of the stuff they can do. But we want File Finder. I'm going to say Finish. No extension. Well, let's do. What do we want to do? Let's just do. I'll do GIFs and JPEGs. Okay. Say OK. I already selected it. Stupid thing. Oh wait. Hold on. Do all files. There. There you go. All right. Now, down at the bottom, I don't know if you can see it. It was running.
Done something else.
It's done. Down at the bottom, it'll show you when it's running. It'll say Case Processor. It'll start running, but it was pretty quick, so it didn't take long. Now, what that did is it actually added a bookmark for us. Okay. Now, if I go up here to Bookmarks, open this up. I get that file finder, and I go to my disk image. There's some GIFs, and there's some JPEGs. Okay. Now, if I click on Gallery View, I can actually see them. So it's pretty simple the way it does it. Okay. And you can select whatever data types you want in there. Okay. Now, it's a little tricky to get the Office documents, but it's done kind of the same way. Play with that. What I'll tell you is, I at least want them included in your report. If you can figure out how to show me screenshots of them in your report, I'll give you extra credit. If you can't, I just want what it gives you. Okay? You'll just play with it. You'll see what I'm talking about. Okay? Now, what I can do is I can go into Report View. There's all my stuff. Pretty simple here. I can include just certain things like, you know what, I only want the GIFs. So that's all that's in my report. Well, better be in there. I didn't check the box. There. Now I have only GIFs in my report. Okay? The reason I'm telling you that is if you run File Finder and select all of them, it's going to recover AOL files and all those files you don't have. Then if you just give me a report of all the bookmarks, you're going to be all this stuff with nothing in it. I don't, you know, all that's, like I mentioned before, how I don't want the stuff that's not there. So once you get what you want here, you just right click over here and export. And we'll do an RTF and we'll put it on the desktop. It's called Report. And we'll even open it when we're done. And in theory, it should open. Come on. There it is. There's our report. Pretty simple to do. Okay. It's a nice tool. We'll be doing a whole bunch more with this tool, actually. Oh, gosh. Oh, get out of here. Fine. Don't. Whatever. Go away. All right. Is that okay on what we did? I do each of the tools. They're pretty basic. Last year's recordings are still up there. So if you want to watch what I did last year, I probably did them a little bit different. Go look at those. But remember, I want all the types I listed, but with the documents listed, it won't show you, kind of like it shows the graphics here, it won't show you the documents very easily. Just play with it. You'll figure it out. If not, you'll still get 100. But if you want extra credit, it has the show documents in there. All right? 30 seconds. Well, come on, the other tools. Actually, if you think about it, once you get it in here, it takes how long? It's literally nothing. It's just a couple of clicks and you're done. Now, Foremost did take 30 seconds. Actually, about 10 seconds.
So there's 3 total tools?
4. Foremost, Scalpel, FTK, and Encase. But I went through all of them in 40 minutes.
Your Foremost and Scalper showing up as being malware.
Oh, yeah. A lot of... Depending on where you install this stuff, they can appear as malware. Especially when you get to Lab 5. That thing's definitely malware. Because these can recover data. They can extract data. And, I had a student who actually used Foremost to... It was a Mike Bastings. I don't know if anyone knows him, works at the FAA. His hard drive died. 500 gig hard drive. He used Foremost and recovered all his stuff. But can you imagine how much stuff he had to look through? So I said, what options did you get? Oh, I told him to look for everything. I mean, dude, you're going to have like... Because his fact table was gone, so he basically had no directory structure. It was just file after file. It went forever. I don't know if he ever found what he was looking for, but it was pretty crazy. All right, in the real world, we do this all the time. We've had Ed Wolf, his hard drive died, we got all his stuff back. People all the time bring me their computer. The drive's not bootable, put it in here and you can get it. I don't know who's first, go ahead.
Do you just hook up your hard drive externally to
Yeah, you can hook up your hard drive, and you know how when I brought up Encase, I said add device? Yeah, you could select C drive or whatever. Normally, I would use like FTK Imager and image it, and then work off the image. But yeah, you can hook up your... We do it all the time in my office. Roy got some files for Barbara this last week. Her laptop was screwed up in a fire, so he hooked it up, was able to get some pictures and documents, and the hard drive died.
For real?
For real, yeah.
I haven't seen her.
Yeah, Barbara, she was here. She had a house fire Christmas Eve.
I thought I saw her.
Yeah. So, everybody okay on what you're doing? So I want 4 reports. How many?
4.
Not 4D, just 4. Okay, 2 audit files, Foremost, Scalpel. Again, those are the quickest tools. These tools, I mean, once you get it in there, it was data carving didn't take but a second, and this didn't take but a second. And this report, I think, is super easy. Right click, export done. It's like pretty simple. Okay? If you have no questions, you are free.